Alright, we are starting turn 2 of Stout Hearts, a upcoming Tiny Battle publishing game. It's in final playtest. Usual disclaimer: rules may change, graphics may change, but it's close to being done. We're in the second turn now for the British. The whole goal is to they get victory points here for the main line of resistance, and then victory points here for getting all the way here, and then off the board they get more victory points. And the goal is to generate as many victory points as possible. So now we've got turn 2, and if we look across the board here, we see that these units, it's on a 2 and they're white. That means they were flipped to their static side. They're going to need to be recovered or they don't do anything this turn. The company commander is over here, and he's in good shape. And then, so they're set up right now to probably assault this MG42 position on these outpost line here. This unit will probably come up and support them. The Churchill here took fire from a German anti-tank gun, which is gone now, probably right here. So this one's static and needs to recover, but the rest of C Company looks in good shape. And they should be able to move through here and start moving to the main line of resistance. These units just need to finish off. This is just a forward observer, but taking these hexes will trigger counterattacks. So, and we see that, let's see, I'm trying to figure out what company's what. Yeah, Bravo Company is in good shape. How did I get the, it looks like I got the commanders mixed up here. This is, okay, these two commanders should flip. That was probably my mistake, was set up here. This guy should be over here. And this guy should be here. Okay, that's better. Let's get rid of the move marker. I think I just set him up backwards. Maybe I should do something where the commanders are always on top. That's probably a good idea. Alright. So I think we are ready to go. Let's follow the sequence of play here. See how this flows. First phase is British Battalion HQ that has a decision. Does it stay off board, coordinating? Big thing it can do is bring the reserves in and bring assets in. Or does it need to go on board to give a company or two a kick in the butt? And it looks like all three majors are in good shape. Alpha Bravo Charlie Company, so there's no real reason to come on board, so it's going to be normal operations. So one of the things it can do is deploy the reserve company. There is a reserve company, and it's a 50-50 chance. And if they do succeed, they move into the start line and that'll appear on the board next turn. Now, to be perfectly honest, I see no reason not to start trying to bring the reserve on. As the front moves further away from this board, it'll be further when it comes on board. So just going to roll for it. 50-50, 1, 2, 3. They go to the forward up area. No, they do not. They stay in reserve. So they didn't get that. Okay, the next thing is if assets are in the available box, they may be deployed to company boxes. And then they can be called forward. Now I do have available assets here. It looks like a company could use some help, so I'm going to put this guy here. These are available assets. That's a useful unit. Platoon carrier, assault pioneers. There is a limit to each company. I think it's a 3-2 relationship. So there's a mortar. And then this guy, Bravo's got enough. Let's see, hold on. This guy's got 1. This guy's got 2. So I've got to give 2. Let's stack A company. Oh, that's really stacking A company. Now they got 2 Churchills. Hold on. So the 1 Churchill I did pull can go over here. But they've already got a Churchill. Well, there's 5 of them, so we'll see. So those are available. Will they be called forward? I don't know, because we're going to have to count how many assets we have out here and decide. They've all got 2. There is a mortar stonk available. Let's give that over here. Then we've got a roll for these assets. The next phase is deploy. They may be deployed to company boxes. Yep. Recall if you wish to reallocate assets that are deployed on the map between companies. Nope, not going to recall them, but I'm going to recover. Roll 1d6. On a roll of 1 to 3, it's moved to assets available. On a roll of 4 to 5, remains in the expended. On a roll of 6, it's gone forever. They broke the mortar. Who knows? So let's roll for the first one. 4 remains. 5 remains. Okay, so both of those are stuck there for now. So those are the assets. No, we're not deploying forward, so this doesn't apply. Then it's the British barrage phase, but that's not until next turn, based on these markers I did, so that does not apply. It's good timing. Hopefully the outpost will be cleared and they can bring fire down on these guys. Barrage between 2 and 3 hexes in front of the forward line of British units, so they're within 3, so we could barrage these. Perfect timing. So we're not doing that. And then it's company HQs, and we go through the company HQs. They're all able to activate. The company none of them are static. Battalion HQ is not deployed forward. Operations, and this is what they can do. Rally, call forward assets, and they can do all of these. Roll 1d6 on a roll of 3 or more, they successfully call the asset forward. Can't have more than 3 on board and 2 off board. There's your split. 3 on, 2 off. So let's look at A company. 3 on. So they could call, let's see what I got here. Yeah, they got 1. They got 2 assets on board, so they can call 1 more forward. I keep mixing. I mixed up the companies here. Charlie Company actually has 3 assets on board. Charlie Company can't call anybody forward because I didn't send them back. Bravo Company, though, can call 1 forward because they got 2 on board and they can have 3 on board. So they could pull forward an MMG or a Churchill. That'd be nice. Okay. So first we got Rally. We're going to start over here. Start with Alpha Company. We're going to attempt to rally these guys. Can attempt to rally 1 strength point back. Okay, oh, that's... let's see. If the company has suffered casualty, company HQ can attempt to rally 1 strength point back. Roll 1d6 against the strength point track. And I'll have to look at that real quick. I forgot what they started at. It looks like we need a marker to remember starting point. Hold on here. Yeah, just did some review, and these are the starting strengths. So there's no reason to do these. I'm going to clone all these. So when we move them, we leave 1 behind. Whoa. Yeah, that's the optional. So, yep. So as we lose strength, I'm going to move them back. That's the maximum they can go to. So there is no rally. Call forward assets. Alpha could call forward something. They got an MMG and an ATG. They actually want to call. Whoa. Tough choices here. They may send something back, like the ATG. What's better, the Churchill or the Bren gun carriers with light machine guns? Let's take a quick look back here and see what those Brens give me. The Churchill doubles infantry firepower. Yep, just flat out doubles versus the Where's the machine gun carrier? Bear with me here. I think we can find it. There, half platoon, that's it. Oh, yeah, okay. Adds combat factor platoons engaged in defense. This is against a combat. So that's just for defense. So the question is, well, we're going to call forward a Churchill. We need a tank. We need tanks. So let's go back here and see what that does for us. So deploy forward, recover. British company here, yeah, call forward, clean line of sight. Roll 1d6 on a roll of 3 or more, and the assets may be deployed onto the map. No more than 3 on board, 2 off board. So 3, 4, 5, or 6, they get the tank. Yep, they do. There it is. And I'm going to put it there. Well, no. It has to go with this guy because assets have to be on other units. So it deploys forward. I think that's the one who messed up on the start line, so it's finally there. And then Charlie can call forward something. They can use that for offboard. Can never get enough tanks. Let's see what we get. Yeah, they get it too. The question is, where does it go? Can't go here. Wait a minute. Can't go anywhere. They've got 3. Oh, can't go anywhere. They've got 3. Okay, so my mess up. None of them can go forward. All companies now have 3 assets each deployed forward. And then 2 potentially offboard. Could use the MG maybe for some long-range fire. Rally static infantry 1d6 against the rally target for the current strength. Okay, so we come back here to the battalion ops track. We are doing Alpha Company. Alpha Company is here, and the rally number, that number or more. So 3, 4, 5, or 6. And it rallies. Same for the asset. So let's roll for the infantry platoon. That's the key one. 4. So they rally. Good deal. And then we roll for the asset. 2. No. Machine gun is out of commission. Now we roll for this guy. Charlie Company. That's a 3, 4, 5, or 6 for the tank. No. Tank doesn't rally. So let's put this guy on top. Okay. Let's see. Those guys are good. Those guys are good. Those guys are good. Okay, well, I did that out of order. I was just doing this company, but they failed, so my mistake. This is only per company, but we're done. Rally ground asset. 4, 5. Oh wait, that's different. If a static ground asset stacked with an active infantry platoon, roll 1d6. 1 to 3, the asset, and I think I rolled low for both of those. So the rolls are here. 2, 2. Yep, it looks like, but this number is or more. Okay, so watch that close. So both have flipped based on my dice roll history up here. We got a 2 and a 2. And if we look at this, a 1 to 3, it becomes active. A 6, it's off the board forever. Wow, good to know. Non-barrage game turn, the call for fire. 1 call for artillery can be made in a game turn by that company. So this guy is not stacked with an FO. So he's just a FO plus company HQ, or just company HQ, MMG. Let's see. I may have that on charts. Let's see if that's cleaner. Where did my... Oh, I thought I had them up. Hold on. Charts. And barrage, suppression, flak, assault, counterattack, pregame. Nope, don't have them. So we'll work off of what's on here. So let's look at A company. We're just doing A company. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. So they could call for artillery, but they'll only get it on a 1 or 2. They could call for a mortar, and they do have a mortar available. They'll get it on a 1 through 4. They don't have an MMG, so they're going to call for it on the mortar. So the first roll, 1 to 4, is to see if they even get it. Alpha Company calls. They don't get it. So enough of that. That's that. So now it's platoon actions. They can move. Can move up to 2 hexes or 1. These units are adjacent though. They're active. If you start in a zone of control though, you can't. So basically what happens is these guys move up. Okay, so all these guys are going to assault this last MMG here in the outpost. That's a B, which means it's going to go to the B cup if and when it's eliminated. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and resolve combat here. I'm going resolve combat actions. Well, I think what I'll do is go ahead and move these guys. Alright, so this is going to be different. Now we're going to move on to this company, where we'll do the resolve combat at the end here. Now there is something I kind of missed last time, and you need to be, it has an impact on the game. German zones of control. A British unit moving in 3 hexes and in the line of sight of 1 or more unsuppressed German units has to do a check. So, for example, let's move this guy, okay, and then that puts him within 3 of here. If we look at terrain effects, let's look at that. This German unit appears to be on a, okay, that's Bocage. Hedged fields, level 1. Clear terrain, level terrain, steep, deep, narrow, lined by trees and scrub, level 1. So if I take, and then let's move this off. This is a level 2, church and stone. So level 2, level 1, they can see him. So let's see what happens here. This guy moves 1. Okay. Now he has to stop. A British unit moving in 3 hexes and in the line of sight of 1 or more unsupported entering ZOC is limited to 1 hex per movement. Okay, British unit moving in 3 hex, so that's all they can do. And in the line of sight of 1 or more, exerting a ZOC is limited to 1 hex of movement. See, so that's it. They're stuck there. And a British unit moving within 2 hexes has to do checks. Okay, so let's see if we can get this right. So these guys, again, this unit appears to have line of sight 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So these guys, oh, I'm doing Bravo Company, that's right. Okay. So these guys are going to move. Well, let's see. Did Bravo Company call for artillery? Sorry about this. First Bravo Company's got a call for artillery. Now he's got an FOO on him. And he can do something within 3 hexes, but 1, 2, 3. He can't draw fire on these guys. So he's not going to call artillery, but he's going to do this move. He's going to go here. He's within 3. And he's done. This guy's already within 3. So when he moves up, he is going to get a check on the German ZOC. And that's what happens here. So let's roll. Boom. German unit is activated. Flip to its reveal side. Okay, so this guy moved within 2 of here, not 2 of here. So we know what this guy is now. Ouch. That's a bad unit. Okay. Flip to its reveal side, the nearest German position. Stop his movement and activate. So That is the center company. So they've moved up slowly under German eyes here. And it's gonna the same thing's gonna happen to this guy too. Although he's already revealed 2 hexes in the line of sight of an unsuppressed German position must test for effects. Okay, but what this guy could do is call for... Nope, he used him last turn. He doesn't have a mortar. He could call for an MMG. Let's look at that. Yeah, here's the MMG, and I could suppress on a 1 or 2. 1 to 3, he does have an off-board MMG. I didn't know before this game that they actually did this. I just used MMGs as kind of artillery. You can just arc, shoot them high, and let the bullets rain down. So they're going to see if they can call for an MMG here. So to do this, need a 1 to 3. No, they're not really good at doing this, are they? And then these units are stuck, and this guy's going to move up. He's within 2, and he has to do a check. So it's not necessarily going to reveal the German since he's already been revealed, but it may cause them to go static. So coming back to this German zones of control, 3 or 4, it becomes static. No, they didn't. 6. Flip to its reveal side. So that activated him too, and these guys aren't moving. So we can see if this guy does anything here, and then we'll do the attacks. Alright, so at this point we're in the combat phase, and it's time to resolve assaults. These units adjacent will assault, these units adjacent will assault. These units, if within 2 and clear line of sight, could do supporting fire. Suppress them and give them a modifier on the assault. Unfortunately, you can't shoot through friendly units, so I can't do anything here. This guy also is not within 2. This guy is within 2. So he could take a shot here at this guy to suppress them and give them a modifier. The gun can't, because if you look at the unit description, for an anti-tank gun, defensive fire only, German counterattack. Yeah, so can't use it. For this, so we could do a 3 firepower, and I think they have to roll a 1 to suppress, which really, well, we can do it. Here it is. Resolve suppression fire. Roll a 1 if they get lucky here. Nope, they don't, and that's no surprise. So now we do the assaults. We got 2 assaults, and we total up. This doubles this. That goes to 9 and 12. Effectively, that's 12. And this guy is in what looks like a town. So let's see if that helps any. Yeah, -2, stone farmhouse. That's nice. Okay. So 12 to 3. 12 to 3. So let's do it. Add the combat values of the assaulting ground units. Assets directly supporting. Just to show you, the Churchill will doubles combat value of stacked infantry and suppression fire supporting fires and assaults. Bingo. The MMG to affect off-board supporting fires. If on-board, defensive fire in the German counter effect. Okay, so no effect. So it is 12 to 3. And so let's go back here. Add the combat value of assets. Add the combat value of units and assets providing support fire. Deduct 2. For each end that doesn't apply. Roll 1d6. So the British number is 17. And then the German number is add the appropriate combat value. Add the defensive of the terrain. That's +2. So they're up to 5. It's not suppressed, and roll 1d. So 17 to 9. Gives us an 8 spread. 5 or more. Success, no losses. German eliminated. Advance after combat. But there will be a counterattack, and this goes into, you can see here, resource pot B to potentially reappear another day. Now there's advance after combat. It's interesting. The MMG is good. There's going to be a counterattack potentially. So advance, move the assaulting unit and any asset into the, well, all of these assaulted. Actually, we'll move this guy in here because the MMG is great for defense against counterattack. We'll see what happens there. So actually they took this place too. That's 3 possible counterattacks. We'll check here. Apply, yeah. Let's see. So I think we immediately go into the counterattack phase. And we see what the counterattack is here. So this is the outpost line. I go back up here. There it is, German counterattack. Okay, outpost line. It's either a mortar or an actual counterattack. It's a 4. It's a trap. It's mortar. 5 or 6. They get static. They did. Wow. Okay, both these units flip. So they've taken it, but they're both static. So that's the end of that one. Move over here to this attack. This does not look good for this guy. Got 6, 9, 9 and 6 is 15. And he's also in stone, so it's 3. So 15 plus 5 is 20. He's 3 plus 3 is 6. 20 minus 6. I don't have to look at that. That's overwhelming. No losses. So this Germany, and this is actually a B unit. There's a problem with the counter, so I'm going to put it in here. And then there's advance after combat. We've got an ATG, tank doubles. We got 2 tanks. I think we're going to move in the ATG. Let's check that out. Defensive fire, German counterattack phase. Doubles combat value of stacked infantry if attacked by German tanks. Well, I don't have an MG, but I'll do that. Okay, so we're going to roll for a counterattack here. Again, the outpost line. Let's see, where's German counterattack? So 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go, the far side. 2. No counterattack, and I didn't roll for this. They moved into it. Taken in the current British operations. Yeah, so we have to roll for this one too. 4. All they're doing is mortaring. 5 or 6, they get suppressed. Nope, they aren't. Okay. So they are making reasonable progress here. They've cleared the outposts and they're moving on the German main lines. So let's go here. We did German counterattacks. Everybody's got line of communications. So now we got to roll to see if the flanks catch up. Actually, they're putting the flanks to shame right now. And the cool thing is, next turn, we're going to get a barrage. Just in time here. So, left flank, a 5. Advance 1 hex. Wow. Come on, y'all. Slackers, or whatever the British call that. A 1. None. This flank's having problems. Actually, their flanks are getting exposed, if you think about it. Alright, so let's see. Remove smoke markers. We didn't use it. Remove artillery suppression markers. Didn't do that. Fully updated for flank checks. VP. We didn't capture anything yet. And move the game turn 1 forward. There is something to be thinking about here. 2 checkpoints at the game end of game turn 8. -3 for each German outpost position still occupied. Nope, we cleared it. So we're good with that game turn. No real effective German counterattacks. So far smooth going, but we're going to hit the main line here next. So that pretty much ends the second turn. The only units that are static are here. Everybody else looks to be in good shape. So, and we are definitely doing better than the flanking units. So we're in good shape here. And here come the victory points. So, but maybe these will be tougher to crack. We'll see. All right, that's the end of this one. So we'll set up. Hopefully I did everything right. And then next turn we'll go to turn 3. Thanks for listening.